You know what we all need more of in our lives? Star Wars. So let's get some more Star Wars, because there's not enough of that going around these days. With one of the best Star Wars games ever made, in my opinion, Dark Forces. This game's from early 1995, if you've never played it. It's a first-person shooter. And I like to think of this as kind of being from the golden era of Star Wars games. You had, kind of starting in the early 90s, you had the Super Star Wars platformers on the Super NES. You had X-Wing, which was like a really serious space combat sim, which was great, but then was actually kind of perfected in TIE Fighter. And then a year after TIE Fighter, you had this game, coming out of LucasArts. And it's, as you can see here, it's set kind of directly before the first movie. And it just kind of ties into the story of the original movies, but also kind of the greater universe in some pretty clever ways, and it just also gives you a whole lot of fan service, you know? There's a lot of great weapons in this game that you get to use, and none of them are lightsabers. None of that Jedi Knight bullshit in this game. No lightsabers, no force, no nothing, just a good blaster at your side. Also, I think it has more cutscenes in it than I remember, so let's see what's going on with old Kyle Katarn here. Before I maybe skip the rest of this. Oh, that's a spaceship. Maybe I'll skip this if it goes on too long so we can get in here and start shooting some stuff. Oh! That might be it. Yeah! Oh, it's dark. That's how you know it's dark. Alright. Let's pound past this stuff. Kyle. Let's hop right on in. Oh, Mon Mothma. Your stately leadership is an inspiration to all. Alright, what are we doing here? Background. Uh-huh. Okay. So you're saying there's a red key card I need to find. Yeah, this game, I mean, again, this is back when, you know, like, there weren't that many Star Wars games out there, especially of this caliber, you know, that actually lets you get down and just kind of mix it up in the Star Wars universe. So to start with a level where you're just straight up stealing the plans for the Death Star was like, alright, man, we are doing some important stuff here. Let's pop on in here. And then we're in it. And I've got my blaster pistol. And I'm shooting blaster stuff. Whatever comes out of a blaster, I'm shooting it. Like, I know it probably seems like super trite these days, but like I can't actually tell you how amazing it was to be playing a first-person shooter back then and shooting a Star Wars gun. Like, I feel like half of my nostalgia for this game is just the fetishism of grabbing a Stormtrooper blaster rifle and shooting it. Like, it just, it sounds so good, it feels so good. You know, this was back when, like, first-person shooters as a genre were only, like, what, 2-3 years old? You know, this was, let's say 3 years after Wolfenstein 3D. You know, Doom had come out, a few other games here and there, but, like, this was still a pretty new genre. And this was obviously the first Star Wars game in that genre, so, like, just this is so good. Hello, sir. Hello. Nope. No, I'm not authorized. Yeah. You know, shooting blasters, killing stormtroopers. It was a really big deal back then, even if it sounds like, you know, the oldest of hat these days. This is a pretty stock standard first-person shooter for the time. They definitely did a few things that most games in the genre were not doing back then, such as this. You can look up and down, which this might be the first-person shooter to look. I should probably not say that. Invariably, there was a game earlier than this that lets you look up and down, but this is definitely one of the first-person shooters that had looking up and down. Unfortunately, they did not have the foresight to put those controls on anything but page up and page down. So, taking your hands off the movement keys to look up and down is not exactly ideal. Consequently, I kind of never used that feature. It was kind of neat that it was there, but they still do the thing where, you know, just like Doom, if you're if you're on a kind of the Y-axis with an enemy, like your weapon will just target them, you know. Like you don't have to actually look up and down to aim at them. So looking up and down, cool, but kind of superfluous in this game. But I've got a flashlight, and that's cool. You know, like, this is just a little bit more of a video game, like a proper, fully featured game than something like Doom was. I mean, don't get me wrong, Doom is one of the best games ever made, but it's pretty one-note, right? Like, you're just kind of running around, finding keycards, killing demons, and that's fine, but, you know, this game tried to do a lot more with story, with you know, characterization, with inventory. Here it is. Yeah, you know, I've got, like, a straight-up interface with a map, and you can kind of see what weapons you got, and I don't have anything in my inventory yet, but I will eventually, and there's mission objectives, and they tell you how many secrets you found, and, like, briefings, and, you know, this is a real game. Like, back when first-person shooters were extremely simplistic. For the first Star Wars shooter to also have, you know, a little more depth to it than, most of the games of this type did. Like, it was really refreshing. Oh god! It was a really refreshing thing. Alright, let's get on with our business here. Of finding keycards. Uh-oh. Ah. There we go. I just love the look of this game, too. Just like all the trappings are here. Like, you know, mouse droids. Sorry, little guy, I just have to, you know... I have to show off the degree of interactivity in this game, I'm sorry. Well, he gave me a battery cell, he did not die in vain. But yeah, like just the... Oh, hang on, I gotta hit the switch. Just the, you know, the basic look of this, like, this looks like an Imperial base, you know, this looks like the Death Star. They got the, you know, just the kind of the red lights ringing everything looks kind of sinister and just, you know, they really nailed it on the visual front. Also, every stormtrooper sounds exactly the same, which, I guess is fitting. This is the best reveal in this entire level. That is so cool. That was so cool back in the day. I can't tell you how neat it was to just kind of see this floating schematic here. Because you didn't see these little like unique assets, you know, in something like Doom. Like, Doom was very much built out of, like, you know, kind of cookie-cutter tile sets and level art and stuff, and, like, this felt like it was trying to have more of a story, you know? And that was super cool. Dramatic slow reveal of Death Star plans that look like a red key card.
This is too easy. Now to get to my ship.
You said it, Kyle. Oh. These guys are dead. And mission objectives complete. And then here comes a ship! It's my ship! Like, even this I thought was super cool back in the day. This is not something you would see in this type of game, you know? Like, they just went to the effort to make it feel a little more lived in, you know? It's like, oh, here's my ship, and I can actually jump in it and go. And, hit next mission.
Kyle
And then
delivers
we're
the
off.
plans to the Rebel Alliance. Soon afterwards, the Death Star is destroyed. But even as the Alliance celebrates this victory, another sinister plot is set in motion that will become an even greater concern for the rebellion.
Fun fact, no subtitles in this game. We didn't need subtitles back then.
The Emperor has approved your test demonstration, General Monk.
Thank you, Lord Vader. What I unveil today will mark a new era for the Empire.
Pretty solid Darth Vader sound-alike.
The rebels just as we did the Jedi.
Pretty good, the guy's putting on a pretty good James Earl Jones. I would say that's a way better Vader sound-alike than what's in that new
A
Battlefront.
noble cause, General. I hope the demonstration lives up to your claims. Proceed.
With pleasure. Dark Trooper, release.
I love the look of these mid-90s kind of just animated PC game sort of cutscenes. I mean, you're getting a little bit of CG here and stuff, but like they mostly have that hand-painted look that, like, you know, all the LucasArts adventure games were using back then. Like, I'm sure this is using a lot of the same tools and animation system and stuff. Like, it's so primitive, you know, and so framey, but they did so much with it for the pretty considerable limitations they were working under. This kind of goes for a little while.
Very impressive, General.
I kind of want to shoot some more stuff.
Most pleased. Continue with your project.
Certainly, Lord Vader.
Oh, well, there's your little wipe. So it's definitely a Star Wars game. I will check this out too. See what Kyle Katarn looks like. Guy's taking no shit.
Notice. The Empire has been keeping us on the run since the destruction of the Death Star. 5 days ago, the Empire attacked one of our secret bases in the city of Talay.
Man, look how good that looks. Like, that's only like a handful of frames of animation, but it looks so consistent with what the Star Wars movies were doing.
Task base was destroyed.
Kyle
within
Katarn
minutes.
is nonplussed.
Many innocent people in the surrounding city, as well as the rebel staff, were killed. Intelligence thinks that this may be an act of retaliation for the destruction of the Death Star.
Interesting. This looks like it could be a normal Imperial attack, except for those sounds.
Very perceptive, Commander. I know you understand that all we discuss here is classified. This Imperial officer, Crix Medine, wishes to defect to the Alliance. He has supplied us with information on the development of a new Imperial weapon. Those sounds you heard, we believe, come from that weapon. A new type of stormtrooper, the
What?
Dark Trooper.
No.
A new stormtrooper that can take out a rebel base that quickly? I should have kept working for the Empire.
The Rebel Command is not taking this lightly. They have authorized me to hire you to find out if there is a threat, and if there is, to shut it down. That is, if you are still on our side.
This could be interesting.
Kyle Katarn doesn't take sides.
Alright, I'm in.
He plays by his
I
own
think I'll need
rules.
some help in this one. I want Jan Ors as my mission officer.
Certainly. Then I will let Jan brief you further on your mission objectives. Thank you, Commander, and may the Force be with you.
Ships. Spaceships. Alright. Yeah. Then you kind of get into the game proper. You know, the Death Star plans mission kind of just a little way to set up Kyle Katarn and kind of make you feel like you're doing something that matters in the Star Wars universe, but then this kind of the pursuit of this Dark Trooper program is what actually forms the backbone of the storyline here. Let's pop on in here. I know people love Dark Forces 2, Jedi Knight, and I got nothing against them or it, but I liked Kyle Katarn better when he was just a kind of a no-nonsense, like, bounty hunting, mercenary gun for hire, you know? And then, like, 2 comes out, and not only did they have to go FMV, because that's what everybody was doing in the late 90s, but also they had to be all like, oh, by the way, his dad was actually a Jedi, and hey, he has force powers too, because everybody wants to play with a lightsaber, and that's fine. But, I don't know. Like, the temptation in, like, kind of peripheral Star Wars fiction to just make everybody a Jedi is, I feel like, is really kind of slightly pandering. Just kind of boring after a while, but, whatever. You know, lightsabers are fun. I suppose. Probably should have pointed this out during the first level, but this game was actually one of the first, maybe the first experiences I ever had of downloading a video game. Because we got our first modem in, I think, like late 1994, and this came out in February of '95. And somebody posted the demo for this game, which was just that first level, to one of the local BBSs. We had like maybe 3, 4... oh god, it's dark in there. Oh, I turned my flashlight on. We had like maybe 4 BBSs where I grew up in North Carolina. And yeah, somebody posted that one level demo. I wonder if you could find that demo on the internet. I bet you could. To one of those BBSs, and it took me all night to download it at 14.4. But then once it downloaded, I stayed up until like 5 in the morning just playing through that level over and over, because I was just like so fascinated that, like, here was this game that played like Doom, but looked and sounded and felt like Star Wars, and you could shoot this amazing blaster rifle, and it was just, it was so cool. That was just a fun time for video games. So many things were happening. Everything felt new all the time. Where do I need to go? That looks like a switch. Okay, what does that do? Probably something good. Ah! I am hella dead, oh my god. That was nothing. Well, you know. Oh hey, now I'm alive again. Let's maybe skip ahead a little bit here. Because I don't know if I can actually find the exit to this level in a timely manner. Press forward a little bit here. Actually, I have a better idea. Cheat codes! Thermal detonator. I just gave myself all the weapons. Let's play with some weapons. I don't even know what this thing shoots. Some kind of weird energy pellet type thing? I don't know. Something else this game did. I'm sure other games have done this before, but alt-fire modes. Kind of get your little burst on this thing. Got this guy who will do this. I never even noticed you could shoot the lamps out. That's kind of cool. Let's see, what do we got here? I got some proximity mines. It's kind of a grenade launcher thing of sorts. Does not seem to have an alt fire. This thing is super weird. It's just some kind of weird, like, instant energy burst type thing. And then here's your ultimate weapon. So I guess this is your kind of your closest thing you're going to get to a BFG in this game. Hello. Can I interest you in a rocket? That seemed to work well. Oh no! Come on. Yes. Good stuff. Alright, let's, since I have the cheat codes at my disposal, let's maybe check out one more level. Level skip. Mostly in the interest of proving that this game is not all, just gray and drab. That guy looks like he's having fun. Who is this dude? Rebus. Alright, we're going to the sewer. Hey, it's my ship! Check out my ship. It's just like hanging out here. Okay. Got some weapons. Let's see what we can find. Oh! Hey! I've seen those before. Oh no! I've seen those before too. This is just like a who's who of Imperial probe droids. Did I hear somebody else? Ah! Where'd you come from? Leave my ship alone. What do we got going on here? There's all my weapons. Oh, here's all the stuff. That's right. There's all this other stuff that they give you. I don't know that the gas mask and the ice cleats will do much here, but the goggles will. Actually, let's see if we can make use of those in a second here. You know, I mean, there's nothing super complicated about the puzzles in this game. It's still very much like mid-90s first-person shooter design, but like they tried, you know. Like you got some switches here that operate some real basic machinery and stuff. Like it's a little more complex than just your kind of the standard keycard hunts of the day, which is you know, something I really appreciated about this game way back when. I don't know if that's actually helping. Oh, I know that sound. Oh, hey, it's that guy! Let's just... let's just... that is really dumb. Let's just get every single flying droid thing from Star Wars we possibly can and throw all of them into the sewer. Why not? Fan service. I guess most Star Wars, like most of like the writing and the kind of world design in Star Wars games has not been especially creative. It's like, hey, let's bounce between killing the probe droid from Hoth, the torture bot from the Death Star, and then here's the crazy monster, scary trash monster from the trash compactor. Like, why not? Let's just throw it all together. It's dumb, but you know, standards were pretty low back then. Oops. Oh, I got my ice cleats on. Oh god! That's maybe not the thing I want. How about this? Yeah, that seems effective. Alright. Oh! Oh, hey, I'm back here. Alright, well, that's probably a good time to stop. Maybe I'll pop in one more level as we, let's see, how about, let's see if I can remember how to spell, there we go, Narshada, the vertical city, you know. If you want to play Dark Forces, it is on Steam. And maybe some other services? I wouldn't be surprised if it's on GOG as well, but it's definitely on Steam. And in fact, at the time of this recording, it's like $1.70 or something for the kind of the Black Friday holiday sale. But I think I saw before the sale it's only like $6 or something, so not too steep. It does come in. It basically is packaged with DOSBox and kind of not in the best way. Hey, another one of those things. That's cool. Look at that. Yeah, so it comes with DOSBox, but it's not set up. Oh, hey, it's a Gamorrean. Yep. There was like one potential Star Wars enemy that hadn't shown up here yet. I'm sure we'll find Greedo any second. Yeah, the DOSBox wrapper that this is packaged in on Steam is not great. Like, it's not set up to allow full frame rate. Like, the performance is pretty chunky to begin with. The music that it defaults to is kind of the ad-lib, like the very lowest quality possible sound. I found a CFG out there that was really easy to install, although you could build your own config file if you really wanted to. That gives you better, higher quality MIDI. Kind of unlocks the performance so you can get a full 60 frames a second, etc., etc. There's also there's work underway on like a full. I guess it's not a source port for this because I don't think they ever released the source, or maybe they did. But somebody is effectively building a new engine for this game. I think it started out as Dark XL, but I think it's now called the XL engine because they're also expanding it to work with some of the other LucasArts first-person games. And I'm totally running in circles at this point. But I believe it's xlengine.com, but if you just Google Dark XL or XL Engine, you should get to it pretty easily. And that thing seems to let you run this at higher resolutions and like has a lot of support for kind of more modern features. I think it's actually got full mouse look in it, which, come to think of it, would be fantastic to have for this game. So I'm going to stop running in circles here. And go hang out with Jabba the Hutt as we finish this thing off here. Dark Forces rules. It's a great shooter. It plays super well. It looks and sounds amazing. It's got some fun weapons. It's got crate dragons, I think. Ah, shit. It's hard to change weapons and run at the same time. Also, you can run at 1,000,000 miles an hour, which is like the best thing to have in a shooter. I wish more shooters let you do that these days. Alright, he's dead. Yeah, this game is widely available and a neat little piece of Star Wars video game history. And man, it was cool back then. Like, holy crap, I just cannot tell you. This was a good year and a half before Quake came out, so first-person shooters were still in that Doom era, and like if you were back in the day, if you were looking for something to kind of one-up Doom in a lot of really profound ways, this was it for sure. And yeah, if I'm not careful, I'm gonna just sit here and play through the entire game. So yeah, Star Wars Dark Forces, look for it, check it out, catch it.